Hello, my name is Second, and we are playing in the Road to the Worrier 2, the Godslapper's Paradise, which is not yet released. And the reason, folks, even though almost everything is working exactly perfectly, there's one thing, that's not working exactly perfectly, and that is metal. We have had great success with the all the ores and the chunks add-on for it. But there's been one problem. Like, even though we're always getting the same ore chunks, they're processing differently. Like, even within Mechanism, I feel like I've gotten like 3 different kinds of lead. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pop a little bit more power onto this thing. And the first thing I want to know is I found this mod called Unified Resources, and I think it will work with everything. Yeah, okay. I just saw copper count up. So here's our question. Well, what the mod is supposed to do is, like, it's supposed to look at, okay, well, this has copper in it, this world. So copper comes from the following mods. We got all the ores. We got the occultism. We got the mechanism. We got maybe the create. I forget. Who knows? Now the question is, are we going to get the same kind of copper with this stuff every way we try to deal with it? So let's see what we get out of the blast furnace. This is our vanilla mechanic here. Okay, copper from all the ores. That's a good sign. I feel like that's the one thing I haven't been getting. Let's try it in the Tinker's Smeltery. Almost done. Let's see what we get. Tinker's Construct copper. Alright. So, obviously not a complete success. Let's try the smelting factory by itself. And let's try through the purification tripling system. All the ores. I think we might be able to do this with just the enriching factory. Let's see. Clickety clomp. All the ores, mechanism. All the ores. No whammies. No whammies. Oh, I shut the eject off here, didn't I? Yeah. All the ores. And from dirty into dust from all the ores. What are we gonna do? All the ores. Okay, so it looks like our outlier might be the Tinker's Smeltery, but we're gonna have to check some more metals before I say that definitively. Alright, on the Tinker's Smeltery, it looks like... doesn't look like osmium is out of it, but, the lead definitely isn't matching with the smeltery. Alright, we're gonna try to, run these through the ore processing system. Got extra osmium we're gonna throw in right there. And I realized I forgot about the electrical furnace. I don't even know where it is. Is it outside? Okay, we're running through the electrical furnace, and this is what I was hoping to see. Yeah, we're getting it vanilla, we're getting it through Engineer's Decor, we're getting it the right stuff everywhere but Tinker's. Which is, I love Tinker's. It's always been a little weird with the ore processing. I've just never seen a pack. They probably exist. I'm thinking I could probably do it, but it'd be a lot of really tedious work that people probably won't get a whole lot out of. Okay, we're getting osmium from all the ores too from this setup. So it looks like we might have dealt with the problem. Which makes me think it might actually be getting towards time to release a beta version of the pack. Like, the quests are not in a state of being complete. We don't even have all the quest lines in, but everything does seem to work, and that one really annoying problem is mostly fixed. So, keep your eyes peeled, I guess. I'll announce it. There'll be a post on the YouTube. Also, once it's available, I'll announce it in the video. So, should be soon. Alright, so last time we set up this very basic refined storage system and connected it over here to our storage drawer arrays. A couple things I want to do today. Programmed a few recipes in here, not that many. I think we want to start with some processing down some direction. Maybe down towards the chunk loader. Or maybe on this side. I think we'll start with the processing down this side. And we're going to kind of do it the way we did last time, with everything exposed, so that we can eventually do 2 layers of it. So we're going to want to program in a lot of machines. Like, for instance, we're going to want at least one energized smelter. So we'd start with the steel casing, right? Okay, well, we got a recipe for steel that we need to make. We also have a recipe for glass that we need to make, right? So we'd be talking about sand. Now we gotta think about how to make sand, right? Well, we got a crusher. Crusher, we can take gravel, make it into sand. The gravel, we can take, the various cobblestones, smash them into gravel. So it's a long road on this stuff, but it's very much worth it. If you've never done it before. If you're watching this video, you're preaching to the choir. You've done this before. So we're going to start with another crusher, I guess. We'll need a steel casing. We probably want to make a recipe for a steel casing, don't we? Okay. But we'll let this make it for us. Why not? There we go. Now we're also going to need a couple buckets of lava, and we'll hopefully find a way. Like, this has native fluid support, but it doesn't seem to be able to just craft with one of them. You need, like, a machine. So we gotta rack it outside. Anyway, we got our lava, and we probably have everything else. So we could just make this crusher. Wonderful, right? So a couple things we need to concern ourselves with. We need to be able to power it, first of all. So we'll probably pop the battery down somewhere else. I'm just going to stick it right here for now. We'll do something with it. Okay, so they're not cables, they're pipes, right? Yeah. Now we're going to want more of these. So we definitely want to make a recipe. And now we'll have access to it. You get the general idea. It won't just make us 1, it'll of course make us 16. I don't want this run right along there, so I'll do the trick. Okay, now we'll put our crusher down. Now we're gonna need a crafter on that thing, probably an iron one, because I think we're gonna be using that crusher for a lot of things. But okay, the basic. Okay, need a lot of stuff. Alright, so here's a bunch of patterns. We might just be able to, let it autocraft at this point? Yeah. Wonderful. Now, we're gonna pop it up here. And when you're processing, it does matter how the crafter is facing. You can kind of think of this like an arrow, and you want the arrow pointing at where you want your input to be. We want our input on top. We are going to turn eject on, so it understands this is an input, but we don't want this side as an output. In fact, we're going to turn it off. We're going to turn this side off. We're going to turn this side off, the front, and the bottom is going to be the output. Now, we got to hook it up to the system itself. We could do that pretty easily with some cable. I think we probably ought to make a recipe for it. We'll have to throw it in a crafter before we can use it. There we go, very nice. And we're gonna run out of glass and stuff eventually, so I want to kind of move it along here. What we're gonna have is an importer right here on top of the crusher, and I think here we will go down. And just run cable along connected to the system. One more cable up. And let's look at making an importer. So we'll need a destruction core and an improved processor. We might have all that. Yes, very good, very good. Just gonna pop it right there. And we use our wrench, spin it around. This thing is on eject, right? Okay. Now we're going to need to connect the crafter also. So that's easy enough. You can see it light up when it recognizes it's connected to a valid refined storage network. Very cool. So what we wanted to do was start with glass, right? But we're gonna need sand and we're gonna need gravel. So we can go ahead, cobble to gravel, and it'll auto check processing for you. We'll create that. And then we can come back here, another recipe to sand in. Now we can easily get sand from cobblestone. Next machine we want to hook up is energized smelter. And the light's already on there. We don't need a specific cable connected to it. It just has to be touching another piece of the network. Same with the importer. Now we're going to do the same thing over here. Turn to none. and to none, and to none, and output. And now we can program in a recipe for glass. Just, sand. So now whenever we need glass, we have a little bit in here. Let's take it out for demonstration purposes. Say we want to craft 128. It's going to take 110. We've got 18 sand. It's going to take 110 gravel and make sand out of it. If it didn't have that gravel available, it would also be grinding up the cobblestone. And we got, it's crushing things up. Soon enough, it's going to put stuff in the smelter here, I hope. Oh, we didn't, wait a minute. Did I put in the wrong one? Yes, I did. There we go. Now, we could have seen what was wrong if we had kind of a crafting monitor, right? Well, we're going to want to make a recipe for a grid because we use that stuff all the time. It'll tell us what's missing. Like, we need to teach it how to do improved processors, right? So there's this part of the equation. That's a smelting. This is just a crafting. We're also going to need a recipe for processor bindings. We'll throw that in there and that in there. And this up here. And now that we've done that, it's telling us it either has or can craft everything that it needs to make this grid. And it's just going to do it. And just for the time being, we're going to hook this up, our processing, to the system. So all this stuff should start going. Oh my gods. That's my dirt. Right. Let that be a lesson to you. And we should see it. Where's the silver? Nickel, osmium, silver. It's probably not even doing silver anymore. We should see it coming in here. Yeah, here it is. It's aluminum. The reason it's going in here is because last episode we set the priority for the external storage block underneath the drawer controller to a higher priority than the main system, which is just 0. So that anything that enters the system will enter the storage drawer network. Alright. We've got a start down here. So just to demonstrate how I love this, I programmed in a 16K storage disk, and we'll need a 16K storage part, and we'll need all these processors, 4K, 1K. We will need glass panes. You know what? Oh, glass will work just fine. Very good. I forgot. First, before we do that, let's go ahead and make a crafting monitor. So we'll need, what are we missing? We'll need a casing. We're only gonna need one of these, so there's really no point in making a recipe for it. And what were the other two things? 2 improved processors. Oh, that should be easy enough. All that in here. Alright, there's one. We should get the second one in a second. I hope. So, the point of this block is so we can see what's going on. If if we were to select the 16K storage disk, we can now look in here, see exactly what it's crafting. Okay, it says machine doesn't accept item. It's probably because it's crafting something else for the recipe. Sure enough, it's making the improved processors. So that's, the multi-tier crafting, processing, it all works fine. Next thing I thought we'd do is find a blaze to take home with us. We're gonna need the blaze rods and our Drigme's gonna help us out with that. Now this part of the build is still a work in progress, but there shouldn't be any problem. Let's go down one actually. With sticking our blaze friend right in here. There we go. And now we should get blaze rods in the ender chest. Now I'm just realizing, strictly speaking, that I believe the Drigme's reach will go up that high. I don't actually know that for a fact. Aha! Drigme will go up that high. Alright. Now I have a supply of blaze rods. Next thing I want to do is come back to Racasia, see if we can find one of those nose cone boys. Crying out loud. Let's see. Yeah. Not interested in you, not you. Alright, we'll find one. Aha! Let's get ready. Gonna name him? Alright, he's on fire, which is unfortunate. But I'm sure he can find a way to deal with that. Now we're gonna plop old Dig Dug down. Right in here. And we may have to... Oh no, he's fine. Alright. Now I believe that we'll get all manner of resources from this thing. We shall see. Hey buddy. Oh. So we're chilling on the refined storage system for a minute. I'm here in the Nether because I want to pick up a couple fellas, and because I want to see if we can get at this bastion that I found with the compass. I can handle this boy. Almost ended up handling some big mans. Now, I don't think the bastion is going to be super exciting, but I thought it would be at least worth seeing what was in any chests that might be there. And here, these things. Here we have another piece from repurposed structures. I would say, based on the fact that we just saw that boy spawn, that it's got pigman spawners. Now, generally, I feel like there's a trap on the... yeah. I don't know if the looter chests would actually set it off, but you never know. Now, of course, in normal pyramids, the treasure's underground. Doesn't seem to be the case here. What do we get? Okay, we get a tattered tome from the overworld. Okay. That's weird. Angelic feather. These are fancy. You can craft these into Phoenix Downs. Like, just resurrecting full health. Good. Anyway. Onwards to the bat. Oh, out of the way, pigmans. I'm trying to rob your living brethren. Here we are. Now, who is this joker? You. Your friend. You are an infernal. You look fantastic. Now you're dead. An explosive idol. Oh, that's how we get one of the bosses. That's wonderful. Okay, we got a treasure room up here. Piglins that will be brighter. Let's see. Anybody left? Here's something. Oh, it's one of these characters. Alright. Let's see what's in the treasure room here. Okay, silver coins. Ancient debris. Okay. Always take ancient debris. We need to or not. This one's okay. More prying of it. Diamond shovel. Okay. Now, what kind of bastion is this? Oh boy, you guys are terrible at this, aren't you? Okay, this is the one with all the nether ward. There may or may not be... yeah, right there, fellas. There you go. There you go. Dinguses. There may or may not be more chests in here. I think there's usually a few. Hey. Like that. A little pig, too. Take a quick poke around. Mostly what's... Oh, yeah, there's a chest. Okay. Like there's usually one there and sometimes one up in the side. But let's wipe out the piggies. Come on. Okay, well, I'll take a wither rose any day. Any day of the week. And I saw some gold over here. You never have too much gold, right? Especially if you can steal it from somebody else. There's other chests. I don't see any. That's alright. That's alright. Now we can actually get 3 dirty netherite scrap that we can clean up into regular netherite scrap from 1 ancient debris. Yeah, we can triple it with mechanism. I don't think we can take it any farther than tripling, but tripling's pretty good. Okay, back out here at the Jerk Central with our Drigme. We're gonna put Oscar and Felix in here and see what our Drigme will do with them. I haven't seen any resources from Dig Dug, who's still very much down there. So I don't know. Oops, we got a name tag this guy, we're gonna lose him. There you go, Felix. I don't know if the Drigme is actually gonna work with Advent of Ascension mobs. I'm kind of fine with it either way. It would be cool if it did. Well, you know, if he doesn't. Past life, it just means that we'll all have to go out and farm Advent of Ascension resources our own selves. Well, we got our first minnows. That's cool. And rotten flesh. So that's our pigmans right away. Giving us the rotten flesh and the gold nuggets. We are probably gonna make a compacting drawer for the gold nuggets. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing any drops from the Advent of Ascension guys coming into the system. But I just threw together an Eidolon quest line. I can't spell Eidolon. We're gonna start with, we don't have a book? You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Alright. We'll make a recipe for books. You're kidding me. Alright, let's do that. I had so many books, I swear, like, I don't know. Okay. So, the way you start Eidolon, if you've never seen this before, you've probably seen this before, is you craft the guidebook, and you go out into the world. There's some stuff you can do right from the beginning. But what you really want to do is go out into the world and throw the guidebook at a witch. We just happen to know where there's a witch hut. It is about 1,000 blocks away, so I'm going to charge up my jetpack, which is kind of hurting. What's this? There's something under there. Oh, look at that. This is an apotheosis boss that might be able to just house us if we're not careful. They're down there. Yeah, they got a good amount of health, but, oh. That's their special effect. Okay, what do we get? Oh, hearts. Wonderful. We're going to take those off the helmet and put them on something else in a minute. Oh, fancy. Gold coins. Okay, she's around here. Easy, sister. Oh, we got the magnet on. She can't pick it up. We got the magnet on. Oh, she gave it to us. We're gonna get it back. Alright. Oh, we got her. Very nice. And we're not leaving the poor kitty cat out here. There's like a weird party going on over here. Strange things are afoot. Now I caught the witch because she will produce all manner of resources for us, assuming she doesn't die. We're gonna have to make a projectile heal spell real quick. Is she fine? She's okay. No, she's really not. Oh, not the blaze! Salty Matilda, why? Alright, you two just take it easy for crying out loud. Alright, now that all seems to have worked itself out, but we'll get like gunpowder and redstone, glass bottles, all kinds of things from her. Don't ask me how I ended up with 2 copies of the Ars Ecclesia. I thought something weird happened there with the witch. I'm sure it's fine. It's a minor glitch. Anyway, like I said, we found these boots. And all we need is an uncommon or better of fixed tome, so I guess we'll use the rare. We don't have an uncommon, or at least didn't look like it. We want to get the health off of there. And we'll go ahead and we'll put it on the chest plate. You need one of these tomes to do it, but when you see something that's got something on it that you want, you find it in the world, you can definitely put it on the gear of your choice. That health's gonna help. To get going in Eidolon, we've already got a bunch of altar blocks that we found in that dungeon that we were in early on. So we can take this straw effigy, we'll take the candle, that's all very fancy. Do we have any flower pots? How about bricks? Do we have any bricks? We have some bricks. I don't have to code a recipe just yet. Need one of these, and I'm pretty sure we found a wither rose. Yep. Very good. That was from that bastion. It turned out to be handy after all. And we could also use a skeleton skull, or a zombie head, or a wither skull. The wither skull is the best one. So we might as well just go to the top tier. So we got this stuff. We're just gonna set the altar up right here. Makes a nice multi-block. 6 is all you need. You can do it with just the effigy, and 1 though, I believe. But the more stuff you have on here, and you can see all the details in your Ars Ecclesia, the more powerful the whole setup's gonna be. And we got a candle we can put down. We do have a crucible. I could just go make... No, we need the soul shards. That's right. We'll need arcane gold. I might have a little bit, but we should make it the legit way. Where's... Oh, here it is. So the Ars Ecclesia is really good. It tells you everything that you need to do. Looks like we've unlocked most of it. Probably just by picking up some of the stuff we found in that temple. But the first thing we want to do, or that dungeon I mean, is the first thing we can do. We've only got one sign. This chant. Alright, that means it worked. You'll get kind of a sizzle sound if it doesn't work. There's a kind of a long delay. In the book it says it's a day. I think it's actually 20 minutes, but not everything is subject to the same timer. We'll get into all that. Next thing we want to do, we're going to want one of these braziers. We're going to need pewter. Okay. So, looks like, yeah, okay, we'll just have to, we're going to leave this recipe as is, I think. We're not going to be doing a lot of, we are going to be doing additions, but we're not going to be doing much changes. So that's fine. You just, take 2 metal ingots and smush them together with your bare hands. It's a perfectly normal game. Whoops, that is the wrong GUI. Here we go. Throw the recipe up over here. Okay, it definitely helps if you put the recipe in the right crafter. There's our brazier. We're also gonna want a couple of these stone hands. We'll get some slabs. We'll get a couple of these. And we need some redstone. And some bone meal. And a flint and steel. Nice. Alright, we're just gonna head to a nice flat area. I guess like Party Town over here will be fine. Just deal with these boys. And I'm gonna set the stone hands up. I don't know how close they have to be. I don't think they have to be right up on it like this, but that's what we're gonna do. And like so. And we want a flint and steel. We're gonna want our monster balls and maybe some name tags. But what you do is you set everything up like this. You lure some undead in, and then you right-click your brazier with your flint and steel. It takes, a couple of seconds to work, but you'll get some soul shards, which is what we need to advance in the mod. That's raining. Have fun, Endermans. So here we have a skeleton. We're gonna get his attention. Come on, you. Come on. Bring him over here. Here's another one. Wonderful. You. Now we're gonna light this. We're gonna back off just a little bit. Hopefully get them both in range. There we go. That's how you farm your first soul shards. We're gonna do this a couple times. Uh-huh. Do we get her? Yep. Wonderful. I assume it'll work on these strong boys. You're a strong boy. Yes, you are. Let's just come over here. Get it started. Who's a strong boy? Yeah. Come on. Very nice. Oh, we got the fancy shield. Alright, and here's one of the big zombies. Awesome. Now we got these two. Both of them are going to give us resources that we need to progress in Eidolon. So we're going to put Jonesy over there. And we're going to put Weird Phil down there. Next thing on the menu is this magical workbench. We're gonna need just a couple more planks. We'll just make a ton here, that'll be fine. We got fruit wood to beat the band. And we're gonna hit the Dark Prayer one more time. Alright, unlocked our second sign. That has unlocked the sacrifice animal chant, so we're gonna need an animal. Okay, very good. The bones are actually coming from Weird Phil, our big zombie. Or they might be coming from the Wraith? I think they're coming from Weird Phil. Let's bet we could find out. Let's see. Okay, so there's like a million things that drop them. But we don't have any of these things. Oh, the cowmans. Maybe the cowmans. But we'll see. It's more likely, I think, We don't have a wither skeleton. It's more likely it's the zombie brute. Now, we were lucky enough to find a crucible while we were exploring the world. We're gonna need it to make some arcane gold. Okay, so gold and redstone. No big whoop. Now, as these sorts of things go, this is a fairly simple mechanic. We're just gonna put campfire here, crucible here, like a water source out here. Okay, we'll make a nicer one at some point, but this will do for now. We're just gonna throw some water in there, get the recipe set up. And I feel like this used to be a really finicky mechanic, and it's not quite as finicky now. You can see in JI, what you do is, you got phase 1, 2 redstone and a soul shard. Phase 2, 2 gold. So we can, put these in there real quick. It'll do a thing. Then you throw the gold in there. And you're good to go. And that's a fairly simple recipe. When we get into some of the more complex ones, I do plan to do solidifier recipes for the crucible again. So we will either get like an open crate here so we can drop straight in and stir when we need to, or we'll just make a solidifier. Also, make sure your magnets are off. That can, be a source of minor frustration for you. Now, what I meant by finicky, I feel like you used to have to stand a lot farther away to not pick up the items that were in the crucible trying to be processed. Like, I feel like I couldn't just stand on top of this thing when this mod was new. Yeah, so here's what happens when you blow it. You get a different color stuff. You want to just kind of leave it alone and it'll burn off. Only screwed up once though. Now that's enough arcane gold to do a couple of things. Most important of which is to make the goblet. So we got the goblet on the altar, and we're gonna sacrifice the chicken. And you can see the goblet fills up with blood. Now we can take our Ars Ecclesia and do the sacrifice animal chant. Just like so. Boom! We unlock Soul Sign. Wonderful. Now, Soul Sign is a little bit different than the other chants in that you can do it as much as you want. That said, it only does one thing. We're going to do it twice. So if we go into you see we got a new sign here, and we've got this touch of darkness. It's like I, Led Zeppelin Z looking thing, I, Led Zeppelin Z looking thing. And what you do is you cast it over a pewter alloy. And this is close enough. And if you do it correctly, you get so-called unholy symbol. We're going to want a couple of these for decoration around the place. And to that end, we're going to make a glass item frame from cork. There we go. Do we have enough glass panes? Yes, we do. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to do a recipe for glass panes. We're certainly going to need that. Whoops. There we go. Glass item frames, if you've never seen them before, they work just like any other item frame, except once there's something in them, they become transparent. So, wonderful, decorative addition from Quark. I love it. But what we're going to do with this one is we're going to craft ourselves one of these. Now, unfortunately, this isn't compatible with JAI, and I feel like I'm missing something. Nope. We'll take our tattered cloth. We're getting that from Jonesy. And like so. And you'll see it does not consume the unholy shard. I think there might be one or two recipes that do, but generally you're okay. Now, what we can do with this thing is take the fight to the undead and just, I don't know if this counts as undead. Yes! Yes, it does. But we can harvest soul shards directly without having to, goof around with the ritual and all that. You! Hey! There they come. A fast boy. Worrier. Oh, darkness? Okay. You're gonna hit me. Alright. This item's okay, just enchantability. Mending's always good, but we have that. I don't know if I mentioned, it only works on the undead. That's, I guess that would make sense why I was looking to see if it worked on that Reaper thing. Whatever it was. There's like another Super Pigman's out here. That's right, Creeper. Come on, Creeper. Help me out. There you go. Hanky boy. All the knockback resistance. There we go. What did he drop? Netherite leggings. Yeah, okay. Pretty good, pretty good. So there's a couple things we've unlocked, one of which is the Elder statue. We're just going to need a gold inlay. And we'll need a smooth stone? Let's see, we have some smooth stone. Very good. And some regular stone. And we're going to want our unholy symbol. Like so. There we go. And we're going to get rid of the effigy. And the other thing we're going to do, now that I think about it, we should make the stone altar. That's the second and final tier of the Eidolon altars. Oh ho! They're rare, but we're getting drops. Wonderful. We'll have to see what else we get. Anyway, the stone altar. There is one more thing we could do. We could make like an arcane gold candlestick for the candle. Doesn't really seem to do anything. Like, this mod seems like it was never completely finished. For instance, one of the sign spots is spots for 5. You'll only ever fill 4 of them, no matter what you do. There is actually a mod that adds like sword content in another sign, but we don't have that installed. It's cool. Alright, there's our stone altar. Put the candle back down. We're gonna sacrifice another chicken. And here we go. We'll see if we actually unlock anything more. I know there's a little bit more here. Alright, yeah, so I acquired new knowledge. So, okay, yeah, we learned sacrifice villager. Nothing new over here. We may do the sacrifice villager, but I don't know that we really need it for anything in the mod. Now, we could have done this already. We'd unlocked it. But we're going to do it now. The main thing, kind of, from Eidolon is the Soul Enchanter. And this thing is amazing. We're going to put it down. Now, what you do is any item, enchanted or not, you just throw it in here, put some soul shards in, and you'll get some options for some more enchantments. You know, the level of the enchantment is how many experience levels you have to spend on it. And we can do this, you know, we don't have regular protection on these boots. That's weird. We barely soup these up. So like we could put protection 1 on here. We could also put protection on it, apparently. Mana boost, protection 2, protection 3. I didn't see anything too attractive there, so stable footing is like air affinity. That's a cool spell. Scavenger. Capturing. Knowledge of the Ages is interesting. Like it turns all the drops into experience. So if you've got like an experience mob farm with zombies and you don't necessarily need, say, 500 rotten flesh, do that. Now we're out of levels, but we did get a little bit more enchantment. We're a little bit beefier, and that's kind of. I feel like it's the mechanic that's from Eidolon that's really popular, and people really like it, and you can see why. And I think that's gonna about do it for this time, folks. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.